And the problem is, he says, I don't like the way he says the kidnappers were killed, but no one ever asked why. I want to know, how did the kidnappers get killed? What happened?
Yeah, give us the story.
They kidnap a couple of chicks, and then they're dead. The next line.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Who shot them? Was it Mad Dog that shot them? Is that what happened?
Here we go. Here's the slug line of the whole blog coming up. This is normal behavior in today's society? Oh, this is normal behavior in today's society. It is just one of the many reasons that America has moral glaucoma.
That's where he was going with the glaucoma thing at the beginning. He brings it all back together.
And he capitalizes again, thank God.
Moral glaucoma.
Capitalize, as in proper name.
Yeah.
Well, he's another failed radio host. I don't think he's doing radio anymore. He tried it. He stunk at it.
You know who I like better? I like the Bookman Show. Remember he was the super of the building. He would walk around and berate the Evans family.
Back when Janet Jackson was hot.
Right.
She was good on that show.
Little
Penny, have an iron on your back, you naughty girl.
Oh, that's right. What, did her mother abused her?
Sure did.
And then she was adopted by Willona.
That's right. And then she started to fuck Willis in the next show.
Oh, in the next show.
Of course.
And then who was the sister? What was the sister's name in that?
Well, Thelma, who was
Thelma,
great.
who was the hot black chick at the time.
Well, it was one of my greatest faux pas ever.
What happened?
Oh, that's right.
I once said that I once whacked off to Florida.
To Florida on Good Times.
Would you want to put your dick between her neck rolls?
Those big fat neck rolls.
I was just a kid, and I went to the stationery store in Centerport.
James!
I made believe I was buying like baseball cards and a pack of gum, and then I kind of casually went to where the card section was, looking at the cards, and then I'm kind of peeking at the mirrors to see where the clerk was. And then the clerk decided he had to go in the back. I was the only one in the store. He finally went into the back, ran over to the Playboy section, stole the Playboy, and Thelma was featured, not
She did
Florida.
Playboy?
Yeah.
Oh my God, did she do Playboy?
Yeah.
I would love to see that because I haven't seen that in who knows 20.
Oh, forget about
It's
it,
got to
though.
be 30 years. What?
Yeah, but between her legs. Ooh.
When did that come out? In 80?
Like JJ's head.
Maybe 25 years. I was just a kid.
She was beautiful, right?
And I stole it and I had it in the woods for months. And I used to take little trips up to the woods, making believe I was going to the tree fort, and I took a little detour to my Playboy.
Little jungle fever for Opie.
I had it in plastic bags and everything. It was like gold.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I couldn't have been more than 12 years old. 13 maybe. And this thing was gold. And I constantly had it in like garbage bags and stuff, and I was trying to keep it dry as best as I could because I was too scared to have it in the house. And so I remember she had a big black 70s Earth Mama muff.
It was just a huge, thatch.
Can we find that picture? I would love to look at that. I'm
sure.
It would bring me right back to my childhood because it was all about Thelma, Anthony. But I once, I told a story in the past, and I said, I once whacked off to Florida. And that was like a 15-minute bit that ensued.
And I think Good Times was actually a good show. I mean, like, John Amos was phenomenal. The guy's a great actor. And
What an angry man. What an angry black man he was in that show.
Great. It was about a family struggling, whatever, a good show. But it's like, don't all these years later come out and act like you're this moral, this picture of moral strength. You've done nothing
Picture of
in your act.
moral strength.
Capitalize M, capitalize S.
Of course.
Either speak through your act or shut your fucking mouth, man. If you can't do it on stage, don't use the platform you have by being famous from a show 30 years ago to pontificate and try to jumpstart another part of your career, stupid.
Yeah.
It's disingenuous and irritating.
All right, let's go to Scott in California. Scott, what's up?
Morning, boys.
Morning.
I got that story on those two girls that got kidnapped out there, and it happened out here in California.
Okay.
What happened was the girls were like at like a campsite kind of a thing, and a guy was running from the police, and he hopped out of his vehicle, hopped into their vehicle, and then took them through the desert for like an hour or so, a couple hours, and then the sheriff's department surrounded him and shot him while he was in the car, and the girls were in the back seat.
Oh, wait a minute. But he didn't sexually assault him, right?
No, he didn't. He was just running from the police, and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was no lover's lane. That guy was the J.J. Walker idiot.
You know, they're getting rid of the lovers' lanes all over America. It's unfortunate.
Lovers' lanes.
I was just having this discussion the other day. Like, on Long Island, we have all these local beaches that were just awesome when you were growing up. And that's where, we all hung as teenagers because we couldn't go to bars and stuff. And we would, whoever had their driver's license, we'd go down to the local beach.
Hang out on the beach.
They stayed open all night, and you would crank tunes and, sneak a few beers, maybe a little
light a little campfire.
Yeah, actually, yeah, campfires and all that. Now, man, when the sun goes down, they lock up everything. I mean, they lock up everything. The beaches, the parks. You can't go anywhere now if you want a little
kids are
little
crazy
action.
now, Opie. The kids are crazy with their drugs and their Walkmans and radio gear. It's insane.
Part of growing up, trying to find a place where you go away and then get a little stink pink.
Mm-hmm. I think, what kind of ruined everything is lawsuits, things like that. They have to make sure that everything's locked up and guarded and no one could get in there, because if some dopey-ass kid goes to the beach and drinks and drowns himself because he's an asshole, all of a sudden the state gets sued for not having enough fences up and guards and keeping idiots out of there, and that's what we live in these days. So we can't really do anything.
We all lose because that dumb turtle that is supposed to be swallowed up by the seagull. The rest of us, we make it to the ocean and we have fine lives, but there's always one wrecking it for everyone else.
And they sue.
Hey, does anybody know is his blog allowed to take comments? If it's a blog or is it a website? It's a website. Oh, it's not a blog?
The website? Well, I'm sure there's an email.
Can we get him on the phone? Because
I would love to talk to Jimmy J.J. Walker.
We're trying to get him on the phone because he's a comic. I mean,
this guy has been trying to get on our show for a long time. That's the funny part about this, by the way.
This is from JJ's frequently asked questions. What do you want to do? Answer: another full-time radio talk show and write a full-time political column like George Will or Thomas Sowell.
What would the column be called? Boring, predictable views? He's a hack in life. Damn it! I think that morally bad things are wrong. This guy really goes out on a limb. Let's read his column. Yuck.
Let's get...
Almighty, have an original thought, douchebag.
Let's get Jimmy J.J. Walker on the phone, please. Can we try to figure that out?
What is this, Eric? You just handed me something. DynamiteMail@yahoo.com. What is that?
That's his email.
Dynamite Mail? I heard at yahoo.com, but there's no dashes in dynamite, so it's dynamite, not dynamite.
Right, it's dynamite.
I heard
That's not funny. Dynamite is funny.
Especially
Dynamite could be dangerous.
Clap your hands and put one hand out to the right like an Egyptian and one hand out to the left like an Egyptian.
And go, dynamite.
Well, I guess if you feel like it, you could send Jimmy a little email.
Maybe
Why
Jimmy
not?
was just a little jealous because these things that he's talking about, which he believes in, that's fine, but maybe because Pryor talked about it on stage in 1973 and spoke through his act, and you were never quite good enough to do that. You kind of had to do your TV show, which was a fine show, and then when you were done, you couldn't parlay it into a great stand-up career because you're not that funny of stand-up.
I just love these guys that take shots at us and they define our whole radio careers because of one, maybe two events.
I know.
That amazes me.
You guys don't have Sex for Sam in a weird font on your website behind you.
I would
like
almost go with the argument. If we were doing a Sex for Sam type of show every day, we might be affecting people out there.
Yes.
But we barely touch on that stuff. And barely. Basically, we make people laugh on a daily basis. That's it.
Do you know John Amos is only 8 years older than Jimmy Walker?
Oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
He was playing his father.
He's 66, John Amos? I thought he was older, actually.
John Amos, born in 1939.
39 to the math, 60.
Wow.
And you turn the thing, and 60, 60.
Put All in the Family remake.
I guess.
702 Hauser Street.
Oh, yeah.
What?
He did the All in the Family remake.
Hawk, you gotta talk to the microphone. No one can hear you out there in Radio Land, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, this is your time to shine.
Go ahead, Eric. What happened?
Oh, I got to
Turn it on, Ope.
All right, I
Hawk
guess.
has something to say.
Go ahead.
Hawk.
John Amos
yours.
did the All in the Family remake in the 80s,
Gives a
702
shit.
Hauser Street.
All right. Is there any more trivia? John Amos is black. Stop the presses.
Oh, you nasty man.
Oh, let's go to Barry in Jersey.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
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 Listen up, man. What about kids can't go sledding anymore because of lawsuits and shit like that on golf courses?
Oh, man, we used to break down the fences at the Huntington Crescent Club, and we would just take over that course. Take over the 10th hole.
Snowmobiles.
Huh?
Now they chase you on the snowmobiles.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous out there.
All right, punch it out, guys.
All right.
What about, all right. Thought maybe that would somehow tie in with 702 Hauser Street.
All right.